From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kiri Rogers.
And I'm Ben Schlittler.
Things are back to normal at MacArthur Elementary School just west of downtown. The school was placed on lockdown on Monday.
Police officers tried to stop a car being driven by Jacob Andrew Pacheco. Public Information Officer Dan Trujillo says Pacheco fled on foot into the neighborhood near the school with several police officers looking for him. Police caught him near the intersection of Valley Drive and Hadley Avenue. Pacheco is charged with possession of cocaine with intent to traffic, and he's in county jail without bond.
According to data from the New Mexico Department of Public Safety, there are 56 missing persons in Las Cruces. The Las Cruces Sun-News reported information in today's newspaper. 42 went missing in the 2020s and the rest in the 20-teens. There are 34 men and 22 women. The oldest of these cases is Debbie Misquez Escalante, who went missing in August of 1987. You can see the entire list on Las Cruces Sun-News website. Anyone with information regarding these individuals should notify New Mexico Department of Public Safety at 1-800-457-3463.
The El Paso District Attorney is requesting a 30-day delay for a key hearing in the El Paso Walmart shooting case.
The hearing was initially set for October 24th. The DA alleges the judge presiding over the case spoke to the prosecutors without informing the defense. Patrick Cruces is accused of killing 23 people in a shooting targeting Hispanics in 2019. Cruces has already been sentenced to life in prison on a federal conviction, but the prosecutor is seeking a death penalty in the state trial. That trial will not be held until 2026.
Looked like it was finally going to get cold for a hot minute there, but I guess not anymore.
I know. I am so ready for sweater weather. Carpia, what can you tell us about that?
Well, guys, like you, I've had it about up to here with this hot weather. Anyway, outside, here's what it's looking like outside for everybody at home. I'm sure you can feel it. 85 degrees, clear skies, little to no wind, only 4 miles per hour. Low humidity, 14%, a dew point of 29 degrees, and a 29.89-inch barometer. Now, in terms of what the day looked like today, we had a high of 87, a low of 55, an average of 76. We were right there about to break the 2003 record of 88 degrees. The 2008 low was, of course, 28 degrees. Unfortunately, no rain, so it's still only 3.64 inches. That's all I have for now. I'll be back with your national weather.
Stay tuned, because Carpio will be back with your national forecast.
But first, dishwasher slime can be useful. More on that when News 22 continues.
Good evening, and welcome to Washington Week with The Atlantic.
Get the best context on the week's top political news from experienced journalists, led by moderator Jeffrey Goldberg.
The trial could still be going on or could start as he's president?
That could happen.
And we're looking now at possibly even a trial of the president's son.
Many people still are unclear about Biden's agenda.
Friday at 7 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Inside the walls of America's hospitals, doctors are fighting COVID-19.
We're scared too every day, but part of me feels like I've prepared my whole life for this.
Witness the courageous stories of those on the healthcare front lines as they search for hope in the midst of the pandemic.
I wish people could see what we go through.
Life on the line, an inspiring look into the personal journeys of hope and determination.
Sunday at 3 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
Welcome back. You're watching News 22 Wednesday,
where news matters.
Well, it's not just local to us. This heat's not local to us. It's across the nation.
I know. I feel like it hasn't always been this way. Carpio, what does it look like?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. As you take a look here, it's going to be one thing that you're going to see that we're experiencing right now. Right now, it's just in the south, but it's record high temperatures due to a lot of high pressure. And what we're seeing right now, it's going to be heading east throughout the week, but right now it's centered in cities like Austin and Dallas. It's going to be moving to Tulsa and Waco later in the week as it moves over toward the East Coast. Like I said, record temperatures, very hot. It's going to be sweating, but it's that last real heat wave before we finally hopefully get a break. But moving on to my next map. We're going to take a look at what the nation's looking like right now. We're going to start over here all the way in Seattle. It's a cool 52 degrees. We move further down. Boise at 60, Salt Lake City at 76, Denver at 76, Albuquerque at 77, and El Paso, Las Cruces area, 90 degrees, still hot. Still hot in Lubbock, still hot in Dallas at 91, still hot in it's kind of mild in St. Louis and Cincinnati at 74, 77 respectively. Detroit, 67 degrees. Buffalo's a cool 69 with that Buffalo wind coming in from Niagara Falls. New York's at 75, and Boston's at 74 degrees. Perfect weather for opening night basketball last night. That's all I have for your national weather. I'll be back with your local weather when News 22 comes back.
We're on the road again for another great season of the award-winning Weekends with Yankee.
As always, we'll serve up mouth-watering dishes from the region's best chefs.
Take you to fabulous locations off the beaten path.
And lead you on adventures you won't want to miss.
It's Weekends with Yankee,
the ultimate insider's guide to New England.
Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Here at NMSU, we travel the world in search of new ideas.
The quickest way to get a great meal on the table is to work with high-impact ingredients.
It sounds really complex, but it's actually really simple to make.
You enjoy it too.
I love it.
For something that comes together with such little effort, it has huge flavors.
Wow. What you want to hear is the sizzle reel.
There we go.
That's flavor, baby.
This tastes like home, no matter where home is.
That is so good.
Let's get started.
Saturday at 4:30 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Thanks for staying. Now let's take a look at these local New Mexico temperatures of ours. So starting from north to south, we have 72 degrees in Farmington, 69 in Santa Fe. Now as we keep going down the I-25, we're going to see Albuquerque at 77. West, we're going to see Gallup down at 74, nice mild temperatures. But as we head east, it's going to be Clovis at 79 degrees. As we get hotter, the further south we go, typical in New Mexico. 81 degrees in Socorro, 75 in Ruidoso. Roswell is going to be a nice, not hot, but not necessarily cool either, 83. Las Cruces at 85 and Deming at 87. But that's just today. Tomorrow the temperature is going to be looking like Deming and Las Cruces right here, 92 and 90 respectively. Roswell 89, but further north we go, cooler it gets. 75 degrees in Ruidoso, 85 in Clovis, bit of an outlier. So is Socorro at 88 degrees, but Albuquerque at 82, Gallup at 74, Santa Fe at 71, and Farmington at 72. Now, if we look at the temperatures for tonight, it's going to be a cool 71 degrees in Alamogordo, a high of 86 tomorrow, so perfect tan weather. Same thing in Truth or Consequences, cool 74 tonight. A little bit of clouds, not too bad though. A high of 91, bright and sunny as usual. And as we move to Silver City, it's going to be 82. It's going to be an 82 high tomorrow, like I said. T-shirts and shorts weather with a cool 66, just like TRC. Not too many clouds in the sky at 66. And right here in Las Cruces, there's supposed to be rain. I'm not sure if it's going to pan out, but 55 degrees of a low and a high of 92 degrees. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Stay hydrated. That's all I have. That's all I have for you. Back to the desk.
Well, it's been a little bit of a chaotic disappointment for NMSU football this year.
I feel like chaotic is a little bit of an understatement. Imbedia is next with sports.
Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, the NMSU football team is still searching for their star quarterback. Don't go too far because News 22 Sports is next.
Across the waves of grain and the fruited plains, the food traditions that shaped this nation.
This really is a labor of love.
Are being preserved.
Such an important story in one bowl.
And rediscovered. On America the Bountiful.
Monday at 2 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
I'm Miranda Esmond-White. I'd like to introduce you to the next Classical Stretch series, Season 14, which focuses on posture and back health. One of the most essential parts of good posture is full range of motion of every joint. And you're going to feel fired up at the end of doing one of these workouts.
Weekday mornings at 6 on KRWG Public Media.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it!
Welcome back, I'm Iberia de la Cruz, and let's talk sports. The NMSU volleyball team had a flawless weekend last week after defeating FIU in 2 consecutive sweeps. Redshirt senior Kasia Brown won Conference USA Defensive Player of the Week for her exceptional performance. Brown becomes the 4th Aggie to be named the CUSA Player of the Week in 2024. This weekend, Brown and the Aggies will return to play at the Pan American Center as they will host Liberty. This season, the Aggies have had 4 quarterbacks on the field. Seniors Deuce Hogan and Brandon Nunez have both gotten the playing time, while sophomore Parker Awad and junior Santino Marucci have earned starts. Nunez is the latest quarterback to play, in which he led New Mexico State's final 3 drives and got a double overtime win over Louisiana Tech. Hogan suffered a season-ending injury when they played Fresno State. Awad, Marucci, and Nunez could start the Aggies' upcoming matchup with the Florida International on the road. Head coach Tony Sanchez is seeing how the week goes to make a decision for Tuesday's game. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action tomorrow. Still ahead on News 22, Carpio will be back to take a look at your 5-day weather forecast.
Get ready for the newest sizzling season of Cook's Country. From hearty home-style meals to sweet and savory treats, we're traveling across the country to learn the best regional recipes and cooking techniques. Join us for the latest season of Cook's Country.
Saturday at 3 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
On season 22 of Ask This Old House, we're back on the road, helping homeowners all across the country learn how to fix problems at their homes.
Ollie, you're a pro.
Yeah, pretty satisfying.
Looks great.
Simple, fun DIY project.
Saturday at 1:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
There is so much unsettling news about how people are actually feeling.
Our health system leaves a lot of people behind.
Relationships are undergoing a massive makeover.
Join us for a 10-part conversation on wellness. How do you get it, and how do you keep it?
Sunday morning at 10 on KRWG Public Media.
Well, I don't have anything as cool as that to say because it's just going to be hot, Las Cruces. That's all you need to know. But let's take a look at that 5-day. Well, nothing but sun, sun, sun for the next 4 days. Monday is going to have a little bit of clouds, but not too bad. It's going to be 92, 88, 88, 88, and 90. Fortunately, it's going to cool down at night. 54, 51, 55, 55 again, and then 58 to round out the next 5 days. That's all I have. Back to the desk.
When you said it was going to rain tonight, you got my hopes up, Carpio. You got my hopes up. Well, that's all for News 22 Wednesday. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight.
Tune in tomorrow night for more news. I'm Kiri Rogers.
And I'm Ben Schlittler. And from the whole News 22 team, Kiri, Carpio, Iberia, and myself, have a good night.
This news brief en español is brought to you by Noticias 22, la información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, soy Maren Gregory y gracias por continuar con las Noticias 22. La escuela primaria MacArthur en Las Cruces estuvo cerrada por seguridad este lunes. El incidente ocurrió alrededor de a las 3 en la tarde por 15 minutos, debido a que un sujeto peligroso rondaba el área. El sujeto ha sido identificado como Jacob Andrew Pacheco, de 19 años, acusado de posesión de cocaína con la intención de traficar y también de tener una arma mientras estaba intoxicado. Las autoridades de ciudad lo atrapó sin problema y dijeron que nadie resultó herido. El fiscal de El Paso está solicitando un retraso de 30 días para una de las audiencias judiciales de Patrick Cruces. Cruces es acusado en la muerte de 23 personas en un tiroteo dirigido a hispanos en 2029 en un Walmart de El Paso. El fiscal ha comentado que el juez que preside el proceso judicial habló con la fiscalía sin avisar a la defensa. Cruces ya ha sido condenado a cadena perpetua, pero la fiscalía está buscando el castigo de muerte. El juicio de Cruces está programado para el 2026. Fue uno de los lanzadores famosos de la Liga Nacional de Béisbol y uno de los primeros mexicanos que llega a las grandes ligas del juego. Anoche en un hospital de Los Ángeles fallecido el ex lanzador Fernando Valenzuela. Tenía 63 años. Esto es todo por mi parte y gracias por unir con Noticias 22 esta noche. Es todo.